Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in Mongolia for talks with the nation's leaders and defying an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court for alleged war crimes. For more, let's bring in Bloomberg's Terrence Edwards. He joins us from Ulaanbaatar this morning. Terrence, first of all, tell us what the mood is so far, and what are locals feeling about this visit from Putin?
Yeah, there's been a wide array of opinions, of course. Mongolia has historically had a very close relation with Russia, and most Mongolians do count Russia as the closest partner for not just for diplomacy, but to development. Mongolia has had, especially since Mongolia was closely aligned with the Soviet Union. There was a bit of dissent visible. We did see some protest yesterday. Social media was the entire spectrum. But really, if we look at polls' attitudes to Ukraine, we see that majority of Mongols would prefer a neutral stance as far as it goes to the invasion into Ukraine.
Okay, and take us through some of the other major, I guess, items in the agenda, and do you expect any progress to be made, particularly on this nat gas pipeline?
Yeah, so the gas pipeline has been an issue Mongolia's long wanted. For Mongolia, it's pretty lucrative. You look at the stability of a natural gas fuel source, and then there's the tariffs that Mongolia could collect as this fuel travels over its territory. So that's good. The downside to that is definitely, well, Mongolia is going to be only more dependent on its Russian neighbor. If we look at trade, Russia is number 2 trade partner as far as imports into Mongolia goes. 70% of that is fuels, petrol fuels. And it's also highly dependent on Russia in those freezing months of December and January, where Mongolia's own power grid is really getting to the upper limits of what it can actually produce. So that's when Mongolia is usually importing electricity from Russia as well. So there's a lot to discuss as far as partnership in the energy and trade side of things. But really what we're looking at now is ceremonies for Mongolia's long history with Mongolia, and that includes Russia's establishment of the rail system in this country.